And sometimes when I talk to guys, they'll say, well, I'm not seeking her approval. I don't need her to approve me. I want her to like me. If you're dating someone new or you've been dating someone for a while and they don't like you, or you're genuinely concerned about that, something's probably not going right. One thing is, guys, we've grown up a lot differently in the last 30, 40 years. The desire for seeking female approval was not the same in the 1940s. I'll share my personal story. You can probably relate. I'm 40. When I was in grade school, so when I was how old is kindergarten? So 35 years ago, so 1990, I was in kindergarten. Throughout the rest of my kindergarten through 8th grade, that's 9 years. So there was 18 teachers. 17 of them were women. Kind of wild. Some of them were, nuns or sister, whatever. I don't even remember, Catholic school. But only one guy. And a lot of us, whether our dad was around, whether he made good money or not, and maybe he made a lot of money and he was or wasn't around, but even if he was there a little bit of the time or a lot of the time, many of us, our dads weren't there a lot. Weren't there emotionally, weren't there to teach us how to be a leader, to get, even call it healthy criticism or judgment, like, hey, you probably shouldn't get a tattoo on your face. You could, right? Probably not a good idea. Probably might have some long-term consequences. And we lack that more than ever before. So in these days, a lot of guys are seeking approval. And it's kind of interesting. We take something like shame that can come out in two extremes. That can come out of a guy going, I don't seek approval. I'm just successful. I have this car. I have $10 million. I have this house. And that's a form of shame and seeking approval. And then the guy who can't talk to any girl, who can barely function in life, who is super ashamed, so he doesn't try anything. He could actually be seeking approval as well. I take that back. Because he can be seeking approval by being super, super, super nice and not rocking the boat. And actually, he's emotionally more dangerous. Because he has no idea who the fuck he actually is. So he's actually a greater threat to himself in ways, which makes him a greater threat to others. He's being a pleaser. They're not doing anything where the other guy could be in some ways pleasing by doing everything or just telling everyone off. Why is this important? If you're staying in a relationship and you're aware that it's been seeking approval, you either got to change something real fast and very major, or it just might be better for you and for her to rebuild. And that's probably what it is. And it's actually, it's sometimes not knowing these, looking back and then quickly knowing some of them, being the guy that was staying with the girl, but it showed up differently and it was approval or was trying to give, and a lot of it was genuine. And a lot of it was just because it was a wounded part of me. It was a wounded little boy. It wasn't me being a man. And an interesting thing about showing up in your power and your masculine, whether it's the opposite for women as well, you can put on a veneer or a presentation for a while. We can act out healthiness or a lack of wounding or strength or consistency, especially if it's new. Like, I can kind of keep this going for a few months and it'll crumble. Will the woman leave you can be very different. They might not leave. They might, women get drunk on the drug of hope. Men don't, generally the same way. So will she leave? Maybe not. But when we're seeking her approval, everyone loses. She can't trust you. Again, ask me how I know, because I've been there. She can't feel safe with you. She can initially feel safe with you that you're kind, but she can't feel safe because she doesn't feel your balls, your spine, your ability to say, no, we're not doing that, or no, that doesn't work for me. Because women are testing you more than even women know. If that's not a mind-blowing concept. Women are testing you more than women know, because women sometimes know they're testing you, and there's many times women are testing you that women don't even know they're testing you. When they look back, then they realize, oh, they're testing you. It's where it's men and women, we're pretty different with that. Where guys, we usually know more what we're doing, or it has to make sense. Women, it's just how they're feeling and flowing in the moment oftentimes. Obviously, if they're in their feminine especially. One of the things that makes us most demasculated, you can blame feminism, you can blame your ex-girlfriend. It's not integrating and healing our own stuff, or just making peace with our soul, our heart, whatever you want to call it, and then showing up in the world powerfully. Not where we need to say the right thing, be the right person, make a certain amount of money. If you want to make money for that money for you, great. If it's making money to feel good enough or to get someone to like you, it's an uphill battle. And it can be so confusing for guys because we see so many other dudes doing it. So we're like, well, this must work, or there must be a point where it ends. There's a point where you're in shape enough, but that's not generally what we're pursuing as men. Some of us are. Money, power, kindness is a big one, which is really nice, but some guys are so kind they forget about themselves. So the wounds of the little boy are actually what's operating and driving their life, not the heart and the courage of their heart, their soul, the man that lives inside them. So whether it's women you're around, whether it's female friends, whether you just started dating, whether you're getting back on the market, if you were to look at the situation you're in or you're about to go in, or your past relationships, are you really seeking approval from women? You can work with a coach or a therapist, but ultimately no one knows better than you. But the bitch about that is you can try to run away from you. And that's where some guys are smart enough to escape enough coaches and therapists where then they get approval from the coaches and therapists that they're doing good. Even though they're good at bullshitting. Ask me how I know, right? I was at a party recently, and different kind of party, not a big alcohol party, not that kind of thing. I'm not really in that phase of my life. Sure, there's some booze a little bit here and there, wine or whatever. And just watching different, if you're with 20, 30 people in the room, there's like subgroups. It's not like 20 people are talking at the same time. And you can see what guys are doing or what they're not doing, where they're seeking approval. One guy even said it, one of my buddies even said it. I was too nervous to go to this certain area of the party because the women were such high vibe and so pretty, or whatever he said. I don't know why he posted that in a group, but he did. Maybe that was a different way of getting approval. But it was interesting to look around and see how people were acting normal or not so much, or overly confident or meek because guys wanted approval. It was a really, really, really great room of humans. It even stood out to me as like, wow, I knew this was going to be a good group of people, but damn. And if I'm just some dude, I'm a coach, I have a lot of life experience, but watching the room, I can feel it through my male lens. The way women can sense it and feel it is infinitely more. I would say 10 times more is probably an understatement. If you're a guy, you can train to look for things, can connect with feeling into things more. But at the end of the day, no matter how much I meditate or how much ayahuasca I drink or how much journaling I do, how many social media videos I make, I don't feel like a woman. So women know when you're seeking approval, and your seeking approval self might be safer than what they've had in the past. So it might work for a while. It's absolutely not sustainable to stay in and be a leader and be connected to your heart and your balls and directing the relationship. You can stay married for 40 years. It's part of the reason I share this stuff and do what I do, because I've seen people stay together way too long, for decades, and they've said, I should have left 30 years ago. So examine how you're dating, examine how you're interacting with women. And it's not here for you to be perfect, but to keep consistently getting better. And notice, are you looking for approval? Are you that curious what she says? Are you stepping out of your integrity and your own truth because you want her to overhear you in the other room, or how you sound on a dating profile or at a party or on social media? Are you still the hurt boy that's craving for, yes, mommy's approval, because we think it's our girlfriend or some chick on Tinder? It's actually our mom. It gets weirder. Thanks for tuning in. More on that in the next couple of videos. See you soon. Ciao.